EU ministers arrived in Brussels to talk about Europe's environmental policy for the next decade. While most of the meeting took place behind closed doors, it was reportedly a heated debate. One of two press conferences was cancelled, and after a 6-hour delay, the ministers were finally ready to meet the press.
Except of one paragraph, we adapted the conclusions which moved the European Union forward to Copenhagen.
Countries are expected to sign a global climate pact in Copenhagen this December. The paragraph officials were stuck on had to do with funding to developing countries. No agreement was reached on the financing mechanism or how much each member state should contribute and based on what criteria.
This is an issue where the Council obviously needs more discussion time and which needs to be taken at the highest level.
Most opposition reportedly came from the Polish delegation, but Action Aid, an international development NGO, says the European Union has a climate debt to pay.
Historically, the European Union and other rich countries have been much more responsible for climate change. Therefore, they should have to also take up the responsibility to tackle it. It's about the polluter pays.
Europe accounts for about 31% of the rich world's greenhouse emissions. Climate leaders like Sweden and the United Kingdom have kept specific numbers or commitments out of their declarations, and EU ministers were just as vague.
It is clear that developed countries must pledge additional money to help the developing world. No money would mean no deal.
A total of 136 billion euros a year is needed by 2020 to tackle global warming in developing countries alone. That's according to the United Nations.
The European Union should be putting forward about 35 billion, we calculate. This is on the basis of its own capacity to pay, based on its GDP, but also based on its responsibility historically.
The Earth's average surface temperature has gone up by nearly 1 degree Celsius since 1850. If no action is taken, scientists predict a further increase of up to 6 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. The upcoming meeting in Copenhagen this year will be a key step towards an energy-efficient, low-carbon future. But its success largely depends on whether the European Union can meet what many call its financial responsibility. Anna Moya, Press TV, Brussels.